Good morning, Venice, Nokomis, Northport, Englewood, Laurel, Osprey, basically all of South Sarasota County. This is Francesco Abbruzzino with the Venice Scoop newscast, or the Scoop newscast, covering our area. Today is December 10th, and it is a Tuesday. Not much news happening, so let's go ahead and jump. We don't have a sponsor, but you know what? Let me do that first. If you're interested in sponsoring the program, where I basically put you on my Facebook pages, you sit up there for 24 hours at the top, basically plugging your business and telling you that you sponsored the newscast, or if you'd like to sponsor the cooking shows, I had over 10,000 hits of my last cooking show. Just send me an email on either my Facebook pages or my personal email, and we'll set something up for you. Right now, the great rates, because I'm not really set on a fee, so now's the time to do it if you want to. Also, I plug you on the show. Next, let's hop over to the 911 story with the county. Okay, this first story involves a 911 story. As you can see pictured, it's the county commissioners doing what probably is the hardest day of work most of them have done in a while. As I put out yesterday, I'm not a huge fan of these photo ops. I think it looks a little ridiculous. But that's just my viewpoint. This is basically the breaking ground of the new 911 center. As most of you guys know, the county is going to start picking up the 911 calls for the Venice, Northport, and I think Longboat City areas. They already do all the county. This new two-story, 40,000 square foot facility will be able to withstand a Category 5 hurricane winds, and basically safeguard all the communication and the communication utilities network for the center. So it's a good thing this building is going up. It's a good thing that they're keeping up to speed with the newer systems and a building that can withstand it. I'm just, for some reason, I'm looking at this photo and thinking, as I shake my head, just wondering why. Next, let's go over to the Venice news. Okay, our first piece of Venice news starts with Pam Johnson. She's the communication marketing manager for the city. She put out about the Venice police arresting two individuals that were wanted for a home invasion in Bradenton on December 8th at about 4:30 in the morning. After the VPD received the lookout notice, they ran it and found out that these individuals were Venice residents. One was Jeffrey McGee, born in 88, and Clara Edwards, born in 89. They were registered here in Venice. So the VPD recognized the vehicle around the Pinebrook Edmondson area and followed the car to 75, where they made the stop with the assistance of the Florida Highway Patrol and incarcerated these two fine citizens of Venice. Now let's go over to Mayor John Hollick. All right, this next story comes to us, as I said, from the Mayor John Hollick. I brought it up a few weeks ago where he wants a break on the property tax bills because he feels the sheriff's deputies do not patrol within the city limits. And I think back when I posted it, I stated the sheriff came back and said, look, we're also providing a lot of services that we're not getting paid for with the tax bill, so it all balances out. One of those would have been that South County Annex, I'm assuming. And since the mayor brought that up, the sheriff came up and said, well, we're closing that South County Annex. So I'm starting to wonder if this is a little power battle between the two. You guys may not realize it. The mayor's a nice guy in person, but when he is in the mayor role and he sits up in that chair, he definitely goes on a power trip. It's funny. I remember the other day the mayor said something. I think it was Councilman Carlissimo didn't quite hear it, and he asked him to repeat it, and the mayor's in front of everyone on the camera said, no, I'm not going to. We'll move on to the next subject. And Carlissimo was like, okay. But it's pretty amazing how a guy who personally seems like a pretty nice guy, when he gets behind that chair or the role of the mayor, he goes on what I view as a major power trip. Others see the same thing with Tom Knight. He's a VHS graduate and a Comus resident. A lot of people feel like goes on a power trip, and that his play on the South County Annex was just a power trip to the mayor of Venice and Northport, basically saying, look, you don't tell me what to do. I run my ship the way I want. You guys want to play this game with saying that I'm not covering the city, then I'll close down this annex. Not sure which one is the more accurate betrayal of them, but it's something to be noted. The next story is this one. This is just the Big Brothers. They asked me to put this out in Northport and Venice. Basically, they're falling short of volunteers, and they need more fatherly figures to get out there and help some of these youth that are possibly going the wrong direction and need a little guidance. I put out all the information on the Venice and the Northport pages. You can visit them at www.bbbson.org and get more information on that program. Now let's hop over to Englewood. That's it for Venice. Like I said, limited news. Okay, this article is by Tom Buchnell out of the Herald-Tribune. Basically, he talks about how basically the holiday season is hard on some people, like Melissa Bianco in Englewood. It's not a warm, loving season for everybody. That's why you got programs like Toys for Tots and all these different programs where people try to give back. Thanksgiving, we saw a lot of it with Salvation Army. This young lady, unfortunately, has run into some trouble. She has two kids, Isabella and Zian, 5 and 3. They live in a rent-subsidized apartment in the New Paradigm Foundation in Englewood. It's a transitional housing program for families in need. She just found out the other day that after several trips to the specialist that her 3-year-old has epilepsy. And to top it off, she got laid off from her accounting job in Port Charlotte. So right now she's scrambling to find some kind of work. And it just basically goes into how a lot of people are trying to do the right stuff. They're out there and they're just having a real hard time. And right now Christmas is not the type of season that a lot of us have become to know it as. So it'd be great if people can get out there and support her, and hopefully things will work out for this young lady. Now over to Northport. We'll play this video, but basically what happened in a 4-1 vote, in a vote that wasn't supposed to take place yesterday. The red shirts just overwhelmed City Hall and demanded a vote, and they did, 4-1, to take some action on the Warm Mineral Springs. And basically they're calling for determine the shared costs of the U.S. Geological Survey to perform a hydrological study of the springs. They want to get a competitive selection process underway to find a good long-term vendor. However, in the short term, the city wants to hire a management company to temporarily open and operate the springs. Now they just got to bring before the city, county, or the county commissioners and get their buy-in since they own the other half. Here's the story that SNN has put out on the issue.
It's peaceful here at Warm Mineral Springs, but at this meeting Monday afternoon, emotions were boiling over.
You promised us the vote? Do that. Yes. What you promised, do that.
The first thing you did, you put the gate around the lake. There's nobody can get in there.
Everybody vote Christmas Supporters of the natural attraction didn't just plead and ask, they demanded city commissioners reopen their springs.
Better right now vote to open lake, to send short-term management today, not tomorrow, today. Vote.
I'm shaking. What are you guys doing?
It took about 2 hours of public comment and some legal discussion, but in the end, city commissioners agreed to try to reopen the springs before the end of the year. Unfortunately for the people who love the springs on the other side of this fence, it's not all up to the city of Northport. As part owner, Sarasota County also has to agree. That means the city of Northport has to have Sarasota County's approval before it can hire a management company to open the springs. It would be a temporary solution until the county and the city come up with a permanent plan.
We're very happy that we have very good move already, and they voted.
Supporters of the springs got this far. Now it's up to the county to see if this problem boils over.
I will learn, and I will then tell you what you're doing behind our backs.
or simmers down.
Please open your heart.
Lena Vargas, SNN Local News.
Northport Commission.
Okay, I'm going to make this next comment knowing that my dad immigrated here from Italy. He speaks very broken English. Actually, just before he passed away, he barely spoke any English. But is it me or is it strange that all feel about foreigners? They're all foreigners. I didn't hear any real English speaking, just a lot of broken English. So I'm wondering where all those individuals are. Now, grant the foreigners, just like my dad, are citizens of the U.S. and we have to respect them, and their opinions are valid, and we should honor and listen to them respectfully. But I just thought it was strange that in the last couple recordings, it's all been broken English people who I'm assuming just moved over here, became residents, became citizens of the U.S. like my father. So I'm wondering where everybody else is on that issue, because I think there's been about 60 to 100 people. All right, next story, we stick with Northport, and this is on the helipad. It really sparked a huge conversation on several threads yesterday with individuals that were basically upset that anybody would get upset and annoyed with the fact that Northport has helicopters taken off behind their city hall there. Basically, the Northport Commission decided in a 3-2 vote to keep the helos there and having them take off. I think somebody commented that the main issue isn't that they're there and they're up and taking off. The main issue is that they'll do these test runs and fly over them for 2 hours. I guess the bottom line is it doesn't matter because the city did vote, and it is a good cause. It's Bay Life, and I'm sure if any of those 1,800 residents, and I don't think all 1,800 complained, I think it was like 60, are ever in an accident, trust me, they're going to want that Bay Life out there. This story Josh Taylor with WWSB put out about the Sumter widening finally beginning. The mayor, Jim Butcher, is really praising this, saying it's going to be the best looking entrance exit ramp in the United States, and it's just going to be great, and he's just going on and on about it. You expect some traffic tie-ups there. Let me see, what are they saying? It's a $10 million project, and they expect it to be completed next year in December, so it's a year long, so expect some traffic delays in that specific area of Northport. This next story comes to us, and it's on a sophomore. Her name is Carly Kavalevsky. She goes to Imagine School in Northport. She's a sophomore. She recently won the scholarship to attend the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Conference. Basically, she got it by writing a short essay about the rewards and challenges of leadership. And the finalists moved to an interview process where they were conducted in front of some student government members and advisors. So kudos to that young lady. One other action that the City Council of Northport decided to take yesterday was the unmarried couples domestic registry. They followed in the footsteps of Venice and the county, and they established this registry. Basically, that will allow, give legal rights to make healthcare, funeral, and other decisions to couples that are living together but not married, to couples that are of the same sex that are living together, and all around a great direction for the city of Northport. Let's see. Next, let's go into our weather. All right, here's our weather today with meteorologist John Scalzi. Today it's going to be 81 with a slight cold front finally coming through. They're expecting maybe some rain later today, 20% basically today, tomorrow, and Thursday. A stronger cold front's going to come through on Saturday, really driving the temperatures down. We're going to basically go from the 80s till 71 on Monday with a low of 51, so it's going to be more around the average. Today, winds are out of the southeast, southwest at 5 to 10 miles. There's a 2-foot chop out there in the waters. Water temperature still is at 73. High tide is right now at 6:45 a.m. Low tide will be at 1:12, and then another high tide at 7:13. So that's it for the weather. And let me see. We don't really have any sports out there. I checked. I didn't see anything happening at the high school level. If you guys ever know of any events, let me know. Generally, I don't find out until after the event, and then I post the results. Let's hop over here from the weather, though, over to the events. This is the last day for this event. I went out there yesterday, took advantage of it, 20% off organic groceries. It was busy, probably the busiest I've ever seen choices. The reason for the sale is customer appreciation. They are selling the business, and hopefully the new owners will carry on with the direction that the Karen and Bob were going in. They're really strong advocates of organic foods and fighting against Minnesota and all that good stuff. So check them out today. This is something that somebody, I know the individual, I put his name down as anonymous, even though he didn't ask to. He was worried that this may not be legit. However, several people commented and said, hey, no, this event happened last year. It's a great event. It is legit. So this is Saturday. It says free bicycles, toys for kids, and free groceries. I'm thinking not every kid gets stuff for free, but there's ways to get this packages. You can come, bring your family, parents, and kids must be present to receive it. And the kids get the toys and free groceries for adults. It's December 14th from 12 to 2 at the Nokomis Community Center. And it's put on by Saturday in the park. And I think I vaguely remember this last year, so get out there, check it out this weekend. And I'll put up a reminder on Saturday, as I always do, for things going on in the area. Next is an event that I put up for my daughter. And this is an event the Literary Council at Venice High School is involved with. The Wrong Side of Murder Creek, Bob Zeldner, is coming in for a speech and a book signing. This will be in January. They're really trying to get more people involved, get more people out to these events and to see what it's all about. So I have a bunch of flyers, which here's one here. If you'd like to hang it up in your business and promote this event for the kids at Venice High School, shoot me an email. I'll bring one by to you. I may stop by and ask you if you're interested. Just tape it up in the window and try to get some more attention for it. I do have tickets. If you're interested in tickets, email me. My daughter gets something, I think some volunteer hours or something like that if she sells so many tickets. And the last event is this one that I posted. I thought I posted 2 events yesterday for them. One's the Christmas Carol. Great. Who doesn't want to go to the Christmas Carol? It's December 19th to the 22nd at the Venice Theater, previously known as the Venice Little Theater. They had some other events that I thought I posted. If you go under my events, I think one was an audition for a play that's coming up, and I can't remember the other one. So check it out. Good things happening over there. Okay, so that's basically it. The scoop on news in South Sarasota County. Hopefully it's helping you out a lot, getting you the information out there. I'm thinking about getting a little bit more detail. I'm not sure if people appreciate a shorter version of this or if they're fine going 20-25 minutes. I can talk my head off all day long if you let me. Basically, that's it, though. For Francesco Abbruzzino and the Venice Scoop, have a great day, and ciao tutti.